He is the fourth Prime Minister of this year, the sixth to be nominated by Emmanuel Macron, but he is a man with a job that is at least very, very difficult and potentially impossible. Why? Well, back in the summer parliamentary elections, which were called after Macron's party did pretty poorly in European elections, you ended up with a parliament that was pretty much gridlocked between the centrists, the left, including some very far left politicians, and some pretty far right politicians. And the far left and the far right are united by one thing, which is they loathe Emmanuel Macron. They'd like to have him pushed out of the presidential palace. Emmanuel Macron doesn't want to go. So what he's tried to find are prime ministers who can unite this very, very fractured parliament. It took him 2 months to find Michel Barnier, who spent 3 months in the job before he was turfed out by a no-confidence vote off the back of trying to force through a budget. Then we had another exasperating search for a candidate who might pull these together. And Francois Bayrou seems to be the answer. Who is he? Well, he's a former justice minister. He was actually in Macron's first government in 2017. He actually had to leave that job because of a fraud investigation. He's now been acquitted. He's 73 years old. He set up his own political party called the Democratic Movement. It won't surprise you to know that he is the head of that party. He is a centrist and he's been an ally of Macron. And that's important because when you are an ally of Macron, what does that do? It annoys the far left and the far right. And would you believe within minutes of him getting the job, Barnier, who's the president of France Insoumise, this far left party, known for its leader, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, she's already talking about the fact that this guy might be up once again for a no-confidence vote in him. I remind Michel Barnier, 3 months, the shortest lived prime minister in modern French history. Bayrou will not want to beat that unwanted record. He has this extremely difficult task of forming a government, of getting a budget through. France is running a 6% deficit at the moment. Barnier tried to cut spending, increase taxes. That was one of the catalysts for him getting thrown out. There cannot be another parliamentary election until next summer. Those are the rules. So frankly, this parliament, this government has to hobble along, probably, I guess, until elections, maybe next September, trying to hold together an almost impossible task and also answering to the President Emmanuel Macron. It will be extremely difficult. Bayrou has a good relationship with Macron. That might hobble him below the waterline in terms of long-term success. His first task is to try to put together a government to try to satisfy people on both sides. Jordan Bardella from the far right has said so far he has not talked about what he says is necessarily a no-confidence vote, but he has said that they have red lines about the budget that will ring all sorts of alarm bells. And he has said that this new government cannot simply be a front for Emmanuel Macron. Put simply, Francois Bayrou, who is a veteran politician with many, many political miles on the clock, has a absolutely hellishly difficult task ahead of him. He is a veteran. He does know how the wheels of power work, but so did Michel Barnier, who failed. We will wait and see if Bayrou can prosper where Barnier failed.